Hi, I'm Melissa Bamfo, the business energy expert, and today I want to share with you 5 tips to overcoming fear in your business. Now, tip number 1 is to know your why. I am a firm believer that it's not what you do, but it's why you do it that create the results that you have in your life. And so if you're experiencing negative results or a lot of fear that's coming up for you, it's so important to examine and become aware of why you're doing what you're doing. Why is it that you're in business? Why is it that you reacted that way in a certain situation? Why is it that you did or didn't do something? It's important to understand your why, because when you understand that why, that creates awareness and it helps you to understand what you're operating under, why you're doing what you're doing. And that why is so powerful when it comes to stepping through fear. If your why is in alignment with who you are and what you believe, that it's going to make stepping through fear so much more easy for you. And so that's tip number 1. Number 2 is to become an accountable creator. Oftentimes when fear comes up in business, it's because of a past result, or it's because we're afraid of failure or success in the future. And it's so important to remember that that despite our results, we are responsible for what results we create in our life. History is full of examples of people who have had failures in one way or another in their life or in their business. And it's important to remember that as someone who is accountable for those results, who doesn't get stuck in the blame game, excuse me, not the name game, the blame game, as someone who doesn't get stuck in that blame game, and who says, yeah, okay, I created that negative result, and is able to pick themselves up and move on and move forward. Being accountable and learning from that experience, that puts you in such a more powerful position moving forward and more able to create the results that you do want in your life. So become an accountable creator no matter what happens. Okay, tip number 3 is to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. I really believe that your success in life and business is determined by your willingness to become uncomfortable. And we have to almost realize that being okay with being uncomfortable is really just a sign that we're growing. And so become comfortable with that and kind of see that as something that you celebrate. And that kind of leads us into tip number 4, which is to change your definition of fear. So it's important to realize that fear is oftentimes a doorway to actually getting what you want. Instead of coming up to that fear and backing away and stepping away from it, if we are able to see that fear as a confirmation that we're on the right path and step through that and move through that fear, man, it's exciting to see what is on the other side. So I challenge you to change your definition of fear and celebrate it. You know, when you have to create a video with 5 tips on fear and it scares you to create a video, then just see that fear as a confirmation that you're doing the right thing. Because you never know what comes until you do it. So that leads us to number 5. Our number 5 tip is to remember who you are. It's so easy to get wind up in believing that we are only as good as the things that we create. And that people get stuck in this fear trap sometimes because they think, oh, if I do this or if I don't do this, then it's going to create a specific result. But it's important to remember that who you are is so much bigger than anything you create in this earth, that you have an innate worth and value that is guaranteed no matter what you create. And so getting in touch with who you are and remembering who you are can help you to overcome that fear, because fear oftentimes is linked to some external factor. And remember that your ability to succeed solely determines on what is inside you and who you are. And so if that means getting in touch with your higher power, your Heavenly Father, and realizing and connecting with your divine worth, then do that. Find ways to remind yourself of that daily, and you'll find that that really helps in your ability to overcome that fear that comes into your life, because that's just part of life. And so I want to share, just kind of recap those 5 things. First, number 1 is to know your why. Remember, it's not what you do, but it's why you do it that create the results in your life. Number 2 is to become an accountable creator. Become accountable for whatever it is that happens in your life, and don't let other external forces determine your success or failure. And number 3 is to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Start to celebrate that. Make that part of your culture. When you're feeling really awkward and uncomfortable, start to see that as a great sign that you are growing. Number 4 is to change your definition of fear. Fear now, instead of a bad thing, is going to be a confirmation that you're on the right path. And number 5, remember who you are. Get in touch with who you are, and remember that your worth is infinite, and that it is not defined by anything you create on this earth. And so I want to just remind you of those things, and thank you for watching this video. If you want to learn more about me and what I do, please visit my website. It's melissabamfo.com. And on there, you can learn more about my monthly teleseminar series, Business Energy Breakthroughs, where we go and teach topics ranging from how to overcome the Monday morning moan to creating a personal culture of success. Next month in February, we're going to be doing one on money and abundance issues that come up for people in business. I'm bringing on a great, fantastic guest speaker, and you're going to have to register in order to find out who that is. So I hope you take the time to do that. You're going to love this teleseminar series. So again, thank you so much for watching the video. Again, my name is Melissa Bamfo, the Business Energy Expert. And remember, the abundance you want is only a shift away. Have a great day.